Before we start our meeting, we have to do our administration of oath of office for myself as mayor, and then Anthony Cherto as councilman, and J. Eric Harris as councilman. So we'll start with myself. I asked Mayor Glenn Cisco to come out of hiding and swear me in. Thank you to be here. You have it? Glenn. Did you see him okay, Mary?
Yeah, gotcha.
Mayor?
I first would like to say a couple of words. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Well, maybe Frida doesn't know it, but he's number 14 on the mayor list since the incorporation of Kinnelon Borough back in 1922. We didn't like it to be attached to Pequannock, so a group of our citizens got together and put a secession, I guess is what you call it, together, and we pulled away from Pequannock, and we've been Kinnelon ever since. We're associated with Borough because we got the same zip code.
Oh, you had to bring that up.
Yeah, well, I tried for,
We all tried.
yeah. The postal people are like a lot of the rest of them. They have the rules or regulations for the big guys, but for the small guys, they don't have nothing, squat, nothing. And they'll let you know that real quick. But we hung in there and we made a hot seat for a couple of them anyway. And so did you know you were number 14?
Yes, because I thought at one point I was number 13, which wouldn't have been good, but yeah, I did.
13 was...
Well, I counted the pictures upstairs, there's one missing, so I did think I was 13.
Yeah. But no, you're 14.
Yes, sir.
And I'm qualified under the Mayor Emeritus statute to perform a oath of office, and it's my pleasure and a great honor to perform this for you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
So,
Let me take this.
yeah.
No, you don't need that.
I'm sorry I'm hobbling around, but that's the way life treats you.
If I follow your lead, I'll be 110, I think, when I become 40 years of mayor. So, yeah.
Hope you make it.
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Now, this is the oath of office for the Borough of Kinnelon, the office of mayor for the next 4-year term, and we'll see what you do then.
You got it.
And repeat after me, except where I use my name usually.
Okay.
Here we go. I, Glenn Cisco,
I, James Frida,
do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey
and the Charter of the Borough of Kinnelon,
and the Charter of the Borough of Kinnelon,
Morris County, New Jersey.
Morris County, New Jersey.
I do further solemnly swear and affirm
I do further solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully, impartially,
and justly
perform
all the duties as mayor
all the duties of mayor
of the Borough of Kinnelon,
of the Borough of Kinnelon
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
All right, so I'll sign that, and you're on to your next one.
Well, I don't know, wait for the right time.
Okay, well, thank you, Glenn. Here, let me get this, and Eric and Anthony would like you to swear them in as well, so you're not done yet.
Oh, you're still going?
I'm still going.
All right.
We took you out of retirement. If you want to move up closer to here so you can use this, you're more than welcome. And thank you, Glenn. It was an honor to have you do that for me. It really was. Thank you again.
The paperwork is over there.
Okay. I'll get you there.
Yeah.
Anthony. Oh, it's a lucky book. Here, you hold it, and then if you don't want to give it back to me. There you go.
Well, all I can say about you is welcome, newcomer.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Your past is your past, and your future is here.
Thank you, I'm proud of that future.
Okay. Now, here we go. This is the oath of office of the Borough of Kinnelon, councilman for your term of 3 years. Okay? Use your name or I use mine. I, Glenn Cisco,
I, Anthony Churda,
do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States of
the
America
Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey
and the Charter of the Borough of Kinnelon,
and the Charter of the Borough of Kinnelon,
Morris County, New Jersey.
Morris County, New Jersey.
I do further solemnly swear and affirm
I do further solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
all the duties as councilman
of the Borough of Kinnelon
of the Borough of Kinnelon,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
You're in.
Thank you.
All right.
Got one more.
Okay.
Eric, join up. I almost said J. Edgar Hoover. J. Edgar Harris, welcome. Congratulations.
How you doing, man? Well, I have to say the same thing about you. I have nothing informative that I can say because you're a newcomer. And whatever your past happens to be, that's your past. Your future is here in Kinnelon. And just remember one thing so you can correct it. Anybody that calls us, what would they say?
Township, I know where you're heading.
Anything but a borough is wrong.
We're not a township. We've been a borough for 100 years, and we're looking forward to another 100 years. Okay, let's get down to business. Okay? Now,
I put my name in where you say yours, right?
and, this is for the oath of office in the Borough of Kinnelon, for your term as councilman.
It's not a no, no.
No, I told her I was just fooling.
And, use your name where I use mine.
Yes, sir.
I'll be only going to use it once. I, Glenn L. Cisco,
I, Eric Harris,
do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Charter of the Borough of Kinnelon,
and the Charter of the Borough of Kinnelon,
Morris County, New Jersey.
Morris County, New Jersey.
I do further solemnly swear and affirm
I do further solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully, impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
perform
all the duties as councilman
all the duties as councilman
of the Borough of Kinnelon
of the Borough of Kinnelon
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
You're in.
Board, is your signature? Cat, you keep that pen next to me. 40 cents. All right, sir, you're gonna have a seat again, and I'll call you up when we swear in your grandson. Thank you, Glenn. This meeting is now called to order. Please stand for a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence in honor of our troops, our first responders, our police officers, our firemen, and also for the two gentlemen that lost their lives this weekend in Kinnelon. Thank you. The Open Public Meetings Act statement.
In compliance with the provisions of Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of New Jersey of 1975, adequate notice of this meeting was given by publishing a notice in the December 2022 edition of the Trends. This notice was also placed on the Kinnelon Borough website and sent to the Star Ledger, North Jersey Herald News, the Record, and posted on the municipal building bulletin board.
Thank you, Karen. Roll call, please.
Councilman Yago.
Here.
Councilman Harris.
Here.
Councilman Russo.
Here.
Councilman Charles.
Here.
Councilman Nady.
Here.
Councilman Sheridan.
Here.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to welcome our two newest councilmen. Congratulations, and there's really no turning back now. You have 3 more years, or until you've had enough. But, yeah, congratulations, best of luck, and enjoy the ride. I want to quickly welcome some of our visiting people. I know I see Willie out there, who works for Congresswoman Cheryl. I know you're the liaison to Veteran Affairs, and what else was it? I know you told Military Affairs. So thank you for that. If you wanted to come up and say something before we get rolling.
Only thing I want to say is obviously Congresswoman Cheryl wishes she could be here. Unfortunately, she has to be in Washington today. But she did want me to present some notes from her for the newly elected mayor and council members. So just give those to you here real quick.
Well, thank you, Willie.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you guys so much.
I appreciate it. And Willie, I always reach out to you a bunch of times. Thanks for your help always for our residents in Kinnelon. You really do follow through, so I do appreciate that. Really helped us a bunch.
My pleasure.
Thank you. know we saw John out there somewhere, John Crickis. Is he? Oh, there he is, one of our committee members. Is that how I,
Well, now we call it county commissioners.
county commissioners, I apologize.
So just wanted to wish you all a happy new year, wish you a great next 100 years, your second 100 years for Kinnelon Borough, and I can say that the mayor and council serve some great barbecue.
Yes.
So, thank you all.
Yes, thank you, John. I know I got a call from Senator Bucco and Assemblywoman Laura Dunn that they couldn't make it this evening, so they sent their apologies, but they're, all towns reorg within the first 2 or 3 days of the year, so everyone's scrambling to go by there and show your face. But I know I saw Laura Ollie here. Laura, did I see her?
She had to leave.
Oh, she had to leave, okay, well, so she's the Republican chair for the county, so I want to thank her for stopping by, and anybody else out there besides a bunch of firemen? All right. Oh, Mary Russo, our photographer, thank you for coming. So we'll, real quick, I'll do the administration oath for our fire chiefs.
Thank you.
This time I get to do it, and you get to hold the Bible.
All right.
Get that? Yeah, no right hand up. All right. All right, repeat after me. I. Your name instead of mine? Jeffrey. All right. Do solemnly swear and affirm
Do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Charter of the Borough of Kinnelon, Morris County, New Jersey.
and the Charter of the Borough of Kinnelon, Morris County, New Jersey.
I do further solemnly swear and affirm
I do further solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
as Chief of the Kinnelon Volunteer Fire Company
as Chief of the Kinnelon Volunteer Fire Company
in the Borough of Kinnelon
in the Borough of Kinnelon,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you, Chief. Oh, now you took the pen.
He's my grandson, I can say a lot about him, but I won't. It's all good.
Okay, that's it. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah, let you cheat. Glenn didn't let us cheat, but I stand like this. You can read it as I go. That's why I go a little bit faster. I, Andrew Heilman,
I, Andrew Heilman,
do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Charter of the Borough of Kinnelon, Morris County, New Jersey.
and the Charter of the Borough of Kinnelon, Morris County, New Jersey.
Got it. I do now you got me going. I do further solemnly swear and affirm
I do further solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
as First Assistant Chief
as First Assistant Chief
of the Kinnelon Volunteer Fire Company
of the Kinnelon Volunteer Fire Company
in the Borough of Kinnelon
in the Borough of Kinnelon,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations. How am I doing so far? All right,
Great.
Karen?
You're doing great. Keep going.
Thank you, everyone. It is my pleasure to be here with all of you tonight, and I humbly accept the challenge of being your proud and dedicated mayor for the next 4 years. We have accomplished much over the course of the last 4 years, concluding what was a busy first term for me. Henry Ford once said, if everyone is moving forward together, the success takes care of itself. This rings true for us in Kinnelon. The successes our community has enjoyed are because of our dedicated employees working together with our amazing volunteers. And they both take pride in all that they do for our borough. This past weekend, we had a tragedy in Kinnelon. 2 fishermen from out of the area came to Kinnelon to ice fish, and their trip became tragic and fatal for them because they fell through the ice. As your mayor, I was able to be at the scene with our first responders and stand tall and proud as our police department, our fire department, our first aid squad, and our neighboring first responders showed complete control of this tragic situation. I stood there amazed at the professionalism and heroism as they risked their lives to try to save the lives of people that they have never met. This is just another example about working cohesively with pride and commitment to continue to make our town the best it can be, and I thank you for that. During my first 4 years as your mayor, the Borough Council and myself were able to accomplish a lot of great things for Kinnelon. As I started my first 2 months in office as your mayor, I wasn't prepared for the world to discover something called COVID. This sent the world and of course Kinnelon into a tailspin. I felt very comfortable that we were able to steer Kinnelon through this horrible disease. We had a lot of unknowns, but we had very talented employees and a health department that was committed to work and help us through all of these unknowns. We were able to keep Town Hall open and move forward remotely. We were able to assist our elderly residents get their appointments for COVID vaccines at very early stages, and we also made sure our neighbors were all safe, and we continued to give them our up-to-the-most date information that we received. After that rather large bump in the road, we moved forward with Kinnelon, and I got to work creating Kinnelon Pride. The last 4 years here, these were some of our accomplishments. This council and myself has received over $3.7 million in grants. We were gifted a top-of-the-line turf field facility and a complete athletic facility upgrade in our high school. And I want to thank the Spiro family for that amazing donation. We have averaged a little over 2% in tax increase in the borough budget, so we've been able to control taxes. Our paving in town was a problem and is now on target and moving forward with over 24 miles of roadway paved in just 4 years. We purchased 2 brand new fire engines for our firefighters and a rescue boat. We moved forward with adding water and sewer service to a potential community center / senior center / emergency center next to KRP Field. We have a brand new website that is easier to use and easier to navigate for our residents. We now have live Facebook meetings, and we have over 3,500 followers. We have obtained over $1 million in American Rescue Plan money for our borough. We created 2 new positions in Town Hall, a borough administrator, which is Charlie Daniel, and a borough manager, which is Karen Yulee. These 2 have made sure that Kinnelon is always properly managed and will give the residents the ability to speak or email someone who's a manager in our town. We reduced costs at Borough Hall through reallocating assignments and consolidating departments. And lastly, we increased employee morale by making sure all of our staff always knows how valuable and important they are to our borough. Now I would like to thank the residents of Kinnelon for their efforts to continue to make our community a great place to live. One of my main goals for our town was to create a sense of Kinnelon pride. We have seen just that over the course of the last 4 years. We have had an amazing 100th anniversary celebration And we have also added a lot of new events to our town to make sure everyone knows that we take a lot of pride in our town and we love to show her off. Our town has strong leadership in all of our elected officials, and I look forward to working with all of them. We also have a strong and dedicated staff, our police department, our DPW, our library, our town hall employees. I am proud to work with them on a daily basis. Our town is moving forward in a strong financial position, and our outlook looks bright. Lastly, and certainly not least, I'd like to thank my wife and my son Gavin. They listen to me all the time talk about Kinnelon. When we go out anywhere, they put an over and under bet on when I'm going to tell somebody I'm the mayor of Kinnelon. So anyhow, God bless you all. God bless everyone in Kinnelon, especially our first responders, our staff, and all our residents in the borough. By the way, my name is Jim Frieda, and I'm the proud mayor of Kinnelon. I know my wife's saying to my son, I thought you'd cry. All right, we're going to open up the meeting hearing from the public, now that I'm on Facebook. So anybody from the public like to be heard, please come up. John Oldstein, nothing to say? All right, just checking. All right, we're going to close it down to the public. We're going to move to any council member comments. We'll start to my left. We'll start with Councilman Charles.
Well, that's different. Happy New Year. We made it. It's been a rough 2022, but we've been very committed up here. Committed to you, to all of you. Not any particular group, to everybody. It's that important to us. Our police department has been phenomenal. Our fire department, our first aid squad, and in these difficult times, it's been tremendous, the support and what we've been able to accomplish. I just wanted to focus on what we've done. We consider some of the highlights this last 6 years. As we're still committed to providing all the services to all residents at a responsible, cost-effective utilization of all the borough money. The auditors, we drive Charlie Daniels crazy. If you want to use the word, we are constantly auditing the budget internally, all the time. Since 2017, as the mayor touched on, we've been one of the few communities in New Jersey where we've kept the municipal budget below 3% a year increase. Below 3%, 2.2, 2.5. We're very excited about that. We got a challenge this year, but we can do it. We can keep it well below where the experts say they think municipalities should go with the inflation and all these unfunded mandates coming out of Trenton. And we've been hit with $1 million already, increase. And we have to cover that, and we think we have a way to cover it. One of our primary goals the last 6 years to accomplish all this is we've been very aggressive in grants. We have dedicated professionals, experts, who we've tapped into and we've worked. These grants take days to do. They're not hours, they're days because they time out. It's a great deal of work. Because remember, you write a grant, you're writing a grant so they can't say no. You're not writing a grant for them to say yes. The grant's being written so they can't say no. Because that's the easy way. Because they get inundated with so many thousands of grants. FEMA, Homeland Security, Green Acres, Open Space. We've had 19 grants approved since 2017. 19. A little over $4.2 million, of which $2.5 million on top of that has been grants through the county and the state to buy tracts of land in Kinnelon that haven't cost us anything but have been preserved. And if you get a chance, it's going to be downloaded hopefully soon, next couple of days. We have approved the open space 10-year plan. It's going to blow you away when you go through this. We've preserved over 3,400 acres in this town. It's incredible what's been done the last 30 years particularly last 6, what we've been able to preserve with somebody else's money. We've been able to put new heating in both buildings, the Borough Hall and the library, which were original, 30 years old. Pretty neat. Cost the borough $45,000. We received $180,000 in grants. All new lighting in all 3 buildings, DPW, Borough Hall, and the library, all part of the sustainable, all this new energy saving. Cost us $68,000. We received $258,000 in grants. We wanted to save Karen's eyes in the building department. We digitized with a grant, $100,000 grant. All the construction records have been digitized and they're online now, which is a big deal instead of going down to the storage center and trying to figure out which retention boxes they were in and not getting killed in an avalanche. One of our crowning accomplishments last year was the Booton Ave rec fields. We've been renting them from Booton for quite a few years. We obtained 2 grants, $185,000 and $150,000 to buy those 8 acres. It was $375,000. It cost the taxpayers $41,000 for those 8 acres with all the improvements. We're ecstatic on it. As I mentioned, we've had a great deal of land protected with all these grants. We have the American Rescue Plan money, which the Council of Finance Department this past year, we were very stringent. We drove Charlie crazy and the auditors. We have not spent that yet because we knew what was going to happen. This is going to be a brutal year coming up. We're up $1 million already in expenses. And we still want to maintain the roads, as the mayor mentioned. We've done a hell of a lot of road paving. And quite a bit of it's been on grants. And Booton Ave and Kinnelon Road were done in the last 4 years completely by the county. And Commissioner Kirkus, thank you to the commissioners. They've been fabulous. And Chris is the county engineer, who is a graduate of Kinnelon High School, believe it or not. It's nice. We've done very, very well. Faison Lakes Road, last half will be paved hopefully this year. We have a $200,000 grant. We did get a grant for Powderhorn, Tammy, Scott, and Christine, almost $300,000. But that's a wide road. There's going to be milling there with the curbs. That's a big project. We also have the grant money dedicated South Glen Road. That's a monster road. We're going to be able to do that in sections. But our goal has been to protect you, protect the borough, protect all the residents, all the employees, and we think we've done a pretty good job. 19 grants since 2017. You had the open space money, $6.1 million. That's quite an accomplishment on our end. Grant opportunities, what we're looking at for this year, if it goes well, for everybody, the HVAC in both buildings, the Borough Hall and the library, is old, it's original, it needs to be replaced. We believe we can do a grant on that. Denise Drive water tank is being replaced starting this spring. That's a major project, $1 million plus project. We have new telephone system and IT lines, they're original. They need to be replaced. We believe we can get a COVID OEM grant on that. And we promised Karen and Jen and the construction office, the Board of Health, phase 2 for the digitization. They won't have to go down and climb over these mountains of retention boxes for the Board of Health and the municipal records. We have municipal records going back well over 100 years. They're fabulous. And we want to get them scanned into the system. And we believe we can get a grant. This council is dedicated to working very hard for you. Everything is out in the open. There is no hidden meetings. There is nothing that's done behind. It's out in the open and by law. We're here and it's open. Comments, Charlie, you can get Jim, you can get any of us. We're here for you and we're committed and we're dedicated to keep this going and try to manage and provide the most services we can for the best bang for the dollar. And hopefully we can continue this trend. We've been very successful. We did not lose a bid in 7 years, in grant application in 7 years. I hope I didn't jinx this. And that's my report, Mayor. I want to say thank you to everybody, all our employees. It was a tough weekend. Everybody persevered. It was a brutal weekend for everybody. And we pray that, everybody can move forward, families do well, everybody has their health, their safety, their happiness, and that 2023 will be a super year, and we are committed to providing everything we can to support it. Thank you.
Councilman Russo?
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, I'd like to start by acknowledging the service and dedication to the borough of our retired council members, Councilmember James Lorkowski and Councilmember Bob Roy. Both of them have put in many years of service to the borough in different capacities. And I just want to acknowledge the efforts and the time and patience that they showed, especially James working with Optimum. They will sorely be missed. I wish them both well. I'd like to also acknowledge all of the different departments here in the borough who have contributed to the success that we've had over the years, and this is in no particular order. DPW, John Whitehead and Joe Neosi and their team. Recreation Department, our Director Melanie Shuckers, who has done, to my mind, just an outstanding job keeping the recreation going in this borough during COVID. I mean, she was tireless about it. We were one of the few municipalities who maintained recreation during that period, and Melanie did a great job. Our Police Chief, Joe Napolitano, and his team, our health officials, specifically Tom Canizano. Tom is from the Borough of Pequannock, and he stepped in literally days before COVID and kept us all informed about COVID and what the protocols were and what we should be doing. He did such an outstanding job. Our library director, Kimberly Freyon. Kimberly, again, during COVID, kept the library for the most part open. There was a period where it wasn't, but she instituted curbside pickup so that people can still get materials safely and enjoy the library as much as it could during that COVID period. We continue the great service from Judge Andrew Rubenhorst. I work closely with the judge and the municipal court team, and they continue to do an outstanding job. Our fire official, Mark Line, our borough engineer, Tom Barati, our borough attorney, Ed Buzak, and his team. I've worked endless hours with them, and they have provided just outstanding service to the borough. Our tax assessor, Chris Lauver. Chris has been just a great find in dealing with tax assessment. Our code enforcement officer, Mark Thomas, and our construction official, Chris Walthauer. And of course, all of the unnamed borough employees, our community volunteers, who continue to serve the interests of the borough in all capacities. Did I leave anybody out? Oh yeah, I did. Our borough clerk, Karen Yulee, who I can't speak for the rest of the members, but I have relied on daily to keep me well informed and to keep things going here in the borough and to understand what the procedures are and what we need to be doing. And when she says to me no, I say, okay, Karen, you're the boss. So thank you, Karen, for your efforts. And last but certainly not least, our borough administrator, Charlie Daniel. Charlie, there isn't enough to say about him. He has just been such a find here for the borough, and I thank him for all of the efforts and everything that he's done with us. If I left anyone out, I apologize. I really did not intend that, but I want to wish certainly the council members here, thank you for your efforts during the year, Mr. Mayor, for your efforts, And hopefully, moving forward, we will have as good success as Councilman Charles has summarized. That is the end of my my discussion about the employees. Mr. Mayor, just two procedural things. Number one, Borough Clerk Yuli, you got your daughter's name wrong on the nominations list, so if you could correct that for the record, please. And number two, Mr. Mayor, when we come to the appointments, I will request that we have a separate discussion and a roll call vote on the nomination for Borough Attorney. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, Councilman Harris.
Good evening. I want to express my appreciation that you all came this evening to the swearing in of myself and Councilman Chirdo and the mayor. Really appreciate you being here. One thing I'd like to add to Councilman Russo's list of people that really deserve our appreciation is the Kinnelon Volunteer Fire Company. This year was actually a very unique year, and in the years that I've known of the activities of the fire company, there were at least 4 house fires, 2 that were catastrophic where the house was lost, 2 where chimney fires took place and severe damage was done. In all 4 cases, the fire company came and the families were safe, gotten safe. Many of the belongings of the house were saved in the 2 catastrophic fires. In the 2 chimney fires, the house was only damaged in the area of the chimney. There were some fires where there were trash cans that were lit on fire by people throwing ashes in their trash cans. There were many rescue services that the fire company provided, and numerous other incidents that, without the brave men and women that serve as Kinnelon Volunteer Fire Company, without their service, this town would not be as great a place to live. So thank you guys and ladies for all that you've done for Kinnelon this year. We also, as Jim mentioned, the mayor mentioned, there were unfortunate deaths of 2 people in Kinnelon that are not members of, or residents of Kinnelon, but were fishing here in Kinnelon and Split Rock, and they unfortunately fell in the ice and died. And the fire company was at one call, and then they were called from that call to answer a search and rescue, and unfortunately we found that both victims had expired. So the number of hours and the manpower that went into that search and rescue was phenomenal. The apparatus from the surrounding towns and all of the apparatus from Kinnelon responded, and we had almost every member was in attendance. So, and the amount of training that went into having them there and being able to do the job that was required is actually phenomenal. Training that happens all the time. I'd like to specifically thank Assistant Chief Andrew Heilman, who spearheaded most of the operation down at the ice down at the lake, and he did a phenomenal job. So thank you, Assistant Chief Heilman. So now my little blurb about me. I'm both honored and humbled to be one of the 2 new representatives to Kinnelon Borough Council. I'd like to thank everyone who supported Councilman Chirdo and myself in the elections, the primary election and the general election. But I'd like especially to thank my wife Gina and my 3 children, Pierce, Ethan, and Amelia. Without their support, their help in the campaign, I would not be here. I'd also like to thank former Mayor Glenn Sisko for all the great advice on how to be a successful public servant. And I'd like to thank our present mayor, Jim, for all of his insight and the leadership that you've been showing and you helped us with. I come into this job believing that I personally represent each and every one of you. I'm a steward of the financial and physical resources of Kinnelon, and I believe that I've been tasked with making sure that those resources are managed wisely and with transparency. And I look forward to working with Councilman Mabey, Councilman Russo, Councilman Charles, Councilman Yago, and also Councilman Chirdo. I'm committed to making a real difference for all the residents of Kinnelon, and I look forward to hearing your priorities for the future and the things that you believe will help to make Kinnelon a great place to live, or continue to make Kinnelon a great place to live. Thank you.
Councilman Yago?
Thank you, Mayor. I don't know what else I can say that hasn't been covered already. It's one of the disadvantages of being one of the last ones to speak. But what I'd like to do is congratulate, I'd like to congratulate the new members of the council, welcome them to the council. I look forward to working with them. And I did want to thank everybody who came out tonight. It's rare that we have an audience, and it's even rarer that we have an audience of more than 3 or 4 people. So it's nice to see everybody coming out. I also want to thank all the volunteers in the town. It's the volunteers that make the town work so well and make this such a beautiful community. Thank the police, fire, office workers, DPW, and a special shout out to Charlie and Karen who do so much work here in the Borough Hall. I also want to do another special shout out, and that's to Tammy Roselius. She just completed her 27th year as a volunteer on the Kinnelon Planning Board. She has a wealth of information that probably second to none in this borough, and it's a shame that she's not being reappointed. I don't know what the mayor's motivation is for this, but I think it's a shame, and I think it's a great loss to the borough of Kinnelon. And I would like to close by asking that when the vote for the appointments for the planning board come up, that vote be separated out and discussed prior to the vote. And that's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Mabey?
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to start with a little bit of Kinnelon pride. I think part of what the mayor's brought to the town here with the Kinnelon pride is, how our fire department, our police, and our EMTs stepped up to go out and try to save the lives of 2 fishermen that fell through the ice tragically. I think that all fits into service, pride, everything that Kinnelon stands for. And I know everybody in the community can't say enough about our fire department, our EMTs, and our police. I mean, it's one of the crowning jewels of being able to live in this community. So personally, I want to thank them. Secondly, I want to thank Mayor Jim Frieda. If it was not for Mayor Frieda, I definitely would not be sitting up here. I would have never got involved. Mayor Frieda had asked me many times that if I'd be willing to step up and run, and I'm forever grateful to the mayor for pursuing and getting me to step up and serve as a councilman, because it truly is a great honor. I think a lot of great things have taken place in Kinnelon, but there's much more to come. I think our best days are ahead of us. I think there's a lot of things over the last 2 years I would have liked to be a little bit different, but now with a new council, and congratulations to our 2 newest councilmen, Councilman Chirdo, Councilman Harris. I think as a group, all of us can come together, work as a cohesive unit. At the end of the day, these things are not personal. This is business. We can agree to disagree, but ultimately we come together as one. It's Kinnelon. This is only about Kinnelon, and I'm very hopeful as we move forward we will all work together on that. Some things with goings on with the town that I've been very proud to be a part of, bringing a Veterans Day celebration to the Borough of Kinnelon, which will take place every year, generally speaking, the day after Veterans Day. We've had 2 successful events, very prideful. It's been a great honor to be a part, put energy, time, effort, and money into these events, and they've been just a labor of love. Also being a part of, overseeing things that I generally do in my own career with regards to looking out for certain things and bringing different knowledge to the borough. It's been a great honor, and I am looking forward to the year coming up. I know there's going to be some challenges. Lastly, every employee, person that works in this borough wall, thank you to each and every one of you. You are a pleasure to work with. We have such a great staff, and everybody that's spoken to it, it's true. Thank you. That's it for me.
Did we forget anybody? Oh, your dad, all right. And Councilman Cherto.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I'd like to thank my family and friends for coming out here tonight. All the dignitaries, Mayor Cisco, thank you for coming tonight and supporting us in this swearing in. I'd like to congratulate Mayor Frida, Councilman Eric Harris, the newly installed fire chiefs for their second year go around, and for all the appointments that we're about to make tonight. These appointments listed tonight are for boards of and comprised of members of our community. And it's the dedication of those members of our community's willingness to serve that really makes Kinnelon the great community that it is today. When I think of all the appointments in the service, I think to myself what got me involved here today. And it goes back to a 15-year-old who was going for the citizenship and the community merit badge. In order to go for that merit badge, I needed to attend a council meeting. So there I am sitting in the back of the room of this large meeting, a council meeting, and I was amazed. First, that I was really the only one in the room, but secondly, that there were 7 individuals out of the hundreds of thousands of members within the community, 7, just like us up here, making the decisions on behalf of all of those residents. And it was interesting, and I was amazed because those decisions mostly are positively impacting the residents, but sometimes negatively. And I thought to myself, how can I be that person that makes a positive, lasting impact within my community? So here I am, 15 years old, 16. I joined the fire department, I get active in my church, sit on numerous boards, ultimately become elected as a councilman in the Borough of Elmwood Park, which all prepared me for what I am doing right now, sitting here today. The only difference is today I'm here because of 2 of my biggest fans and biggest supporters. It's my wife Christine and my daughter Adeline. Chrissy, I'm just going to say thank you and I'm sorry. I'll get it out of the way now. I apologize for the late night meetings, the phone calls, the interruptions, but hopefully the second time around we're a little more prepared for that. Thank you for your willingness to share me with the community, and your support is never ending. Addie, I hope that me sitting up here, this is when you were supposed to clap. And this is hopefully me sitting up here is serving as a positive role model for you, of someone that you'll always look up to that gives of his time, talent, and treasure to help others in the community. And lastly, I just want to thank everybody that went out on election day and went in that booth and said, hey, this is the guy I want representing me, and you pushed that button. I hope that I will live up to the expectations that are set. I will always make sure that I govern with a good, positive moral compass. And I don't know how long I will sit here, but I hope that every day that I do sit here will be one day better than the last for the community of Kinnelon. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, we're on number 11, the election of the council president. Do I have a motion for nomination for council president?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion for Councilman Sean Maybe.
Second.
Do I have a second? All right, I need a roll call, please.
Councilman Yago,
No.
Councilman Harris,
Yes.
Councilman Russo,
No.
Councilman Charles,
No.
Councilman Churdo,
Yes.
Councilman Maybe.
Yes.
Okay, that creates a tie. At this point, is it, or do we go with another,
No, I think you can break it.
I can break the tie, right?
I believe so, I don't,
I'm under the assumption I can break the tie, but I just wanted to make sure. My vote would be in favor of Sean Maybe as council president. I felt, as a councilman under Glenn Cisco, he always felt that the council president should be rotated throughout the council. And I know Vince has been president, Rand has, and Bill has, and Sean has the next seniority, so I'm voting in favor of Sean being council president. All right, council committee appointments. We have finance, ordinance, library, personnel, public safety, public works, utilities, recreation, coordinating, open space, and technology. I'll just give you the chairman for each committee. Finance, it's Churdo. Ordinance, Russo. Library, Russo. Personnel, Harris. Public safety, Churdo. Public works, Maybe. Utilities, Charles. Recreation, Maybe. Coordinating, Russo. Open space, Yago. Technology is Charles. I need a motion to approve these.
before we do a motion, I don't want to confuse things, but
Okay.
This afternoon I was looking through the League of Municipalities magazine for December 2022, the legal questions and answers, and I just got this response earlier tonight. I want to make you aware of it, so this is something, and I don't know how you're going to want to handle this, but it says the issue of a member, it's actually, is a municipal employee prohibited from running for an open council seat? And I have so I reached out to our attorney at Buzak, and he sent me this response, and this is, the issue is that Eric, you are in the fire department, and there's a new law that was passed in 2017 as far as being on the finance committee, because you will be in charge of allocations for fire department. It says the issue of a member of KBFC being a Kinnelon council person was addressed by legislation in 2017 NJSA 40A:9-4 (6) provides it shall be lawful for a member of a volunteer fire company, ambulance, first aid, hazardous materials, or rescue squad, including an officer, company, or squad, to serve as an elected official of the governing body of municipal government where the emergency services are provided. However, the volunteer shall recuse himself from any vote concerning the emergency services provider of which he is a member. In municipalities below 5,000 population, recusal from such vote shall only be required for officers, directors, trustees, company, or squad. Emphasis added. The opinion of the attorney is while the statute focuses on any vote and not necessarily on discussion, I submit that the intent and spirit of the statute is to preclude participation in discussions involving the topics on which he would be precluded from voting had the matter come to a vote. So I think by putting him on finance, according to our attorney, he would not be able to participate.
Would it rectify the situation if I wasn't on the board?
Yes.
Mayor, I think in the best interest, maybe we look into that and we can change that if that's truly
So
the
I'm
case.
gonna move forward with these appointments. We've had several firemen on our council, and each one of them has done the right thing for our town as well as the fire department. So I'm gonna leave it as is, and then we'll speak to our attorney moving forward. It's the first time I'm hearing of this. So we'll talk, there's no voting on finance issues at this point, Eric. I just asked you to preclude from doing that.
Precludes.
And then, you know, while we figure this out, we'll work from that. I don't want you resigning from the fire company, you're too valuable there. So, we're gonna make a motion to approve the appointments, knowing that we're gonna look into this situation on finance. So I need a motion to approve.
I make a motion.
Second.
Need a roll call, please?
Councilman Yongo,
Yes.
Councilman Harris,
Yes.
Councilman Russo,
Yes.
Councilman Charles,
Yes.
Councilman Maybe,
Yes.
Councilman Sherrill.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. And now we're moving on to the council planning board representative, class 3 member for 1 year. Any motion?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to assign Andy Cheeto.
Okay. Chair, do I have a second?
Second.
Need a roll call, please?
Councilman Yongo,
No.
Councilman Harris,
Yes.
Councilman Russo,
No.
Councilman Charles,
No.
Councilman Maybe,
Yes.
Councilman Sherrill.
Yes.
Okay, we have a tie again. My vote is to move forward with Anthony Cherto as a council planning board representative, class 3. Now we'll move on to annual appointments and designation for various municipal offices. Our Councilman Russo asked to pull the borough attorney out. He wants to discuss it prior. So now move forward on the discussion of our borough attorney for appointment. I have the appointment down as Giblin and Ganiano. Brian Giblin has been our labor attorney in Kinnelon in the past. He is appointed, this was about 5, 6, probably longer than that, 10 years ago, as our labor attorney. Did an excellent job. He was my appointment for the borough attorney. He's cheaper than the current attorney that we have, price-wise. It's saving dollars for the borough. He does a great, amazing job. When I've dealt with him, he's also a COA expert. He's worked with Borough, sits on, or used to sit on the Borough's COA board, Emerson's COA board. So he has a lot of COA experience, and he's also tried a bunch of COA cases in the past. So that is currently my position on who my recommendation is for. So if you guys want to discuss that, the floor is open.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, as chairman of the ordinance committee, I'm the legal liaison, and I was not informed in any way about this potential appointment. I know nothing about this law firm, don't know where they are, who they are, how much they're going to charge. What I'd like to know is what the other members knew. Councilman Iago, did you receive any information about this appointment?
Not until I saw it on the agenda.
Councilman Harris, have you got any information about this appointment?
In what respect?
In any respect? I mean, do you know about it? Do you have any information about this firm?
I actually don't have any information about the firm.
Oh, thank you. Councilman Charles?
No, I would like to see it.
All right, Councilman Maybe?
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to speak to the mayor's appointment. Did a little bit of research, did a little bit of background, spoke to the mayor about this. Has excellent credentials. Obviously, he's been in the business a long time. Has very good referrals and street cred, and ultimately is someone that's going to show up at our meetings, every meeting, that we don't have to talk to a squawk box. We'll be present. This way, when the council has questions, our attorney will be representative. I think Ed did a great job. I don't think it's a bad thing for the borough of Kinnelon to move along and have somebody that's going to be present at our meetings, be able to answer questions, and ultimately, if it saves us some money, I think it's a bonus.
Thank you. And Councilman Sherrill?
Yes, we got the agenda and we were able to do our background on Mr. Giblin. And with all due respect, Councilman, Mayor Frieda did ask for input on these appointments at the last work session in public meeting. So I respect his appointments and I will follow through on his appointments.
So you're saying at the last work session, we discussed changing
No,
attorneys?
no, I'm sorry.
Sewer session.
Yeah, it was when he asked to collaborate. I answer your question. I support the mayor's decision.
Councilman Russo, can I just add something else? When I said I didn't know anything about the firm, as a firm, this Giblin and whatever it is, I have met Brian before and discussed the office of attorney or position of attorney and felt that he was a qualified candidate if we were going to make a change in terms of the borough attorney. His knowledge seems as vast as anything I've heard from Mr. Buzak during the number of meetings that I've attended. He also, when discussed about attending meetings, whether that would be something that he would be willing to do, he was in agreement that that would be something he'd be willing to do and that we wouldn't have to wait on him coming back to the phone or just actually understanding what was being asked. We wouldn't have to worry about the poor phone quality that we've been having. And that's one of the things I think that the technology department's been working on, the fact that our phones are terrible. So having the borough attorney in the room and being able to answer questions immediately rather than waiting, I think is a real bonus for council.
All right, so what you're saying is on your own, you've done all this on your own?
Saying that 5 days ago, I gave Karen the disappointment, everyone's had it, no one has called me, period. I asked you guys, I'm speaking, I asked you guys, do you want me to have this group get together and go over these? And you all said no, period, no. So I did not involve you in the discussion because you said no. I gave it to Karen 5 days ago, you had 5 days to call me, no one did.
What information do we have about this firm?
Karen has the information in her office,
I
so
don't
if
even know
anybody
how-
wanted any of the information, his complete proposal is in her office.
Well, you
We
know,
know him from Kinnelon, he's worked here before, and his proposal is in the office for
we don't
anybody
know
that,
him. I don't know him. I never met him.
I worked with him.
You said other
Yeah.
members, you said other members have met him. Why wasn't, why didn't all the members have met him?
Because they saw the agenda, as he said, I saw the agenda, and he researched
Oh,
the,
I see, it's that way. So, you know.
no, that's the way it wouldn't have been if you asked, when I asked you, do you want to meet with me
You
to
did-
go over these appointments? Yes, I did. And at that point, not one of you said yes. You all said, no, we're not meeting with those guys, no. It's exactly what you said, so I blew it off.
Nobody
Gave
said we
Karen,
agreed with you,
I'm
Jim.
talking again. I gave the stuff to Karen. No one called me in 5 days to ask me who Brian Giblin is. That is my appointment. You
Yeah,
have
I
to,
mean,
yes or no votes on this, my appointment.
Well, you know, I just want to say this, you know, I suggested someone who you personally know for library trustee, and everybody was all over it because, well, some people didn't read the information that was sent, and they were all over it, and now you want to appoint what is probably the most important professional that this borough can appoint without letting anybody know anything about it. You know, we've got members here that love the word transparency. So Sean, does this meet your standard of transparency?
Sure does,
It does, huh?
absolutely.
Okay, Anthony,
It's-
meet your
it's your
standard of
version.
transparency?
Yes, without going into detail, I was very happy.
The devil is in the details. I don't even know how much these people are gonna charge.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to appoint Giblin and Gagnon. Excuse me.
And I'll second that.
We're still discussing this. Other members have to have an opportunity to discuss
We
it.
can finish the discussion.
We've gotten great service from the Buzak Law Firm for over 46 years in this borough.
I disagree.
Well, you can disagree. We've had great service from them. We've worked closely with them on ordinances, on COA issues.
Are you saying you can't do that with this attorney?
Jackie Gioso has saved this borough hundreds of thousands of dollars on tax appeals. And I would like to know what these people did or did not do to deserve not reappointment? I mean, is this somebody's brother-in-law or a fishing partner or golf buddy or something? Why are we getting rid of Buzak when they've done such a great job for us?
Councilman, I'm sorry.
I called, yes, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Councilman, what is your interest in Busak other than the fact that he's an attorney?
My interest?
You seem to be a fan of Ed.
I think it's the qualifications,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can read them off for you if you want.
Well,
Municipality General Council, Rockaway Township, Randolph Township, Lincoln Park Township, Borough, Kinnelon Borough, West Milford Township.
Respectfully,
I've got pages of qualifications.
Can I just finish the question with Mr. Russo?
So are you implying something?
No, I'm just asking, you know,
Say-
Councilman Yago has a list of names.
I'll answer your question. I have no connection to the Buzak law firm. Ed is not a relative. I don't know any of his attorneys personally. The only relationship I've had with him over the last several years has been strictly professional. As the ordinance chairman, I've worked very closely with Ed, with Susan Crawford, with Jackie Gioso, to work on various issues in the borough. That's the only connection I have.
And you feel that Ed Busak has served to the best of his capacity and has served Kinnelon well?
I do. And
Thank
you brought up, let me just address an issue that you brought up. And that is not being present at meetings. And I think that's valid. However, has anybody reached out to Mr. Buzak and addressed that concern? No. And then when I spoke with Mr. Buzak just recently, he has been confined because of a serious physical injury, which he has now completed his therapy, and he is able to be in person at meetings. No one's reached out, no one has even given him the courtesy of saying we're not reappointing you.
Do you
And
believe
that's
the mayor doesn't have the right to appoint a borough attorney?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
I'd like to ask a question. Did we get an RFP from this attorney?
No.
And
Well,
why-
yes, Karen has the,
Karen has an RFP, but it wasn't distributed to the members of the board?
I told them when they come to talk to you about it, it's here in your
When they come
office.
to talk to you, okay.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I have no knowledge of this attorney. He might be a great attorney. I don't know. I do know that Ed Buzak has been the attorney for the Borough of Kinnelon for 46 years. And I just want to read his qualifications. And I'm going to start out with municipalities for general counsel. Again, Rockaway Township, Randolph Township, Lincoln Park Borough, Kinnelon Borough, West Milford Township. Planning Board Councils, Milburn Township, Denville Township, Washington Township, Mendham Township, Mount Olive Township, Lodi Planning Board, Randolph Township Planning Board. Other municipal agencies, council, Randolph Township, Multiple Dwelling Board, Lodi Rent Leveling Board, Denville Board of Adjustment. Municipal utilities, Reddington, Lebanon Sewage, Montville Township, East Windsor, Warren County, municipal utilities, Randolph Township, Sussex County, Lakeland Regional Solid Waste Management Authority, municipal and agency and municipalities and municipal agencies, West Patterson, Parsippany Troy Hills, Randolph Township, Washington Township, Denville Township, Oakland Borough, Morristown, Urban Renewal, Randolph Planning Board, Fire Districts, District 2, Tulaco, District 3, Pinebrook, Special Counsel to Township of Rockaway, Borough of Lincoln Park, Town of Newton, Borough of Kinnelon, City of Hoboken, Delsey Regional School District, Morris Plains Borough, City of Englewood, Gloucester County Utilities, Borough of North Haven, County of Morris, Township of Denville, Sanitary Sewer Matters, Borough of Florham Park, Planning Board, Logan Township Municipal Utilities, City of Plainfield, Township of West Milford, Sussex County Municipal Authorities, Summers Point City Sewage Authority, Aberdeen Township Municipal Utilities, County of Bergen, Township of Cedar Grove, Randolph Township Planning Board, Township of Byram, Randolph Township Mount Laurel Litigation, Howell Township, City of Jersey City, Morris Township Planning Board, Township of Parsippany Troy Hills, Rockaway Valley Regional Sewer Authority. He's also Assistant Counsel to the State of New Jersey League of Municipalities, Assistant Counsel to New Jersey Planning Officials, and General Counsel to Association of Environmental Authorities. So I know what his qualifications are, and I don't think there's anybody in the state that can match his qualifications. Now, as far as it being cheaper, sometimes you get what you pay for, but I don't believe it's going to be cheaper because Ed Buzak has been the attorney for 46 years in Kinnelon. You're bringing a new attorney in here, he's going to have to start from scratch. Ed Buzak has the experience, he knows the town inside and out, and he doesn't have to do a lot of research when something comes up. The new attorney is going to be spending a lot of time trying to figure out the town and trying to do the research. The other question I have is, the attorney that you're proposing, does he have any municipalities that are in the Highlands Preservation Zone? Is he familiar with Highlands Preservation and experienced in that? Do you know?
I asked him, he said he would work on getting more abreast of that, but he is not. But I ask you, what do we need to know about Highlands right now in our town?
What do we need to know about Highlands?
We're 100% Highland, I mean, we're just.
97.5%.
Correct, we're just.
And what do we need to know? We need to know how to deal with Highlands. We've got COA coming up, we've got new affordable
COA
housing.
and Highlands are two different things.
But they meld together because now Highlands and COA, supposedly as dysfunctional as they are supposed to be working together with the new obligations that they're going to place on Kinnelon.
Well, when I hear you talk about all these towns that Mr. Buzak represents, now it makes sense of why he never calls me back when I call him.
I've never had that problem.
I never had it either.
I do, and I voiced that concern to our administrators, both administrators, and also to you guys. How many times have I asked you about replacing Buzak because of he's semi-retired. Is that who we want with 150 other towns he's representing?
He's not representing those. Let me clarify this. These are towns past and present that he's representing. This is
Right.
just his resume.
Well,
He is not representing all
I
those
went
towns.
through a bad year with him with not responding to any of my phone calls. I had a bad year with us sitting at council meetings with a cell phone in the middle of the room listening. Hopefully he's on the other end listening to him while he's down the shore, and he's semi-retired. I mean, it's time to move forward. It's time to move forward with a person who's going to be at every one of our meetings. He has a fixed fee. It's not, like you said, he needs to get up to speed. Up to speed is his problem, not ours. It's a fixed fee, and that's what Karen has in her office, all that information.
Well, we're talking about saving money. Councilman maybe mentioned that was one of the reasons. If our intention was to save money, why don't we put out an RFQ for various law firms and see who's going to be the least expensive? What Why are we picking just one?
Because I've worked with him in the past, he's represented Kinnelon in the past, and he does an excellent job.
But what the representation is that we're trying to save money.
No, that's our ultimate goal.
Well, that's what Councilman Maybe just said.
Well, I don't know what he said about that, but it's really, it's not
Well,
relevant.
excuse me, Vince, coming from the council that can be penny wise and dollar foolish, we're going to be in the process of spending over $1 million as a community replacing fire apparatus had we done it in 2018. Because certain council members decided to get in a piss at
Well, do you know
with the fire
what
company.
happened in 2018?
Okay, that's the
Do you know how
facts.
that was going to be paid, Sean?
Okay,
That was going to be.
All right, gentlemen, we're talking about attorney, let's go, we're gonna move forward.
The councilman asked me a question, I'm going to respond to it. At that time.
no, actually, you were asking me.
We're spending 10 more
At
minutes
that
on this
time-
subject, and then we're going to vote.
The proposal for the fire trucks, and the council members who voted against it in this way. We do not vote against the need for the fire trucks, we vote against the way it was financed. The way Collins had set it up was that we were gonna borrow the money, and it was like buying the fire truck on your credit card, where you're gonna pay $25 a month, and at the end of 30 years, we were gonna still owe several $1 million. That's what we objected to, not buying the fire trucks, but he didn't want to hear it. So you should get your facts straight. So why don't we, if we're so interested in saving money, go out for an RFQ for various firms and see what they're gonna charge us?
That is not the reason I made the appointment. I made the appointment.
Yeah, but the council's making a recommendation.
And you can-
Because we've worked,
You can vote yes or no.
There you go.
I'd like to make a motion.
So you like to cut off discussion, you sat out there
Beat us
for
up.
months criticizing us, saying you're not being heard, we're not being transparent, we're not discussing stuff. So all of a sudden you come on and now you want to cut off all discussion.
Right, so we're
No,
gonna,
I have a motion on the floor.
You
and
don't
we
have
should
a motion on
entertain
the
that
floor
motion.
because
And then
discussion is
discussion is
ongoing.
after the motion.
you don't have a motion.
all right, Joe. Are we done with the discussion on the borough attorney? Vince, do you have anything else?
Randy?
Well, having spent a great deal of time in the Highlands, I think I can speak from it. We're one of the only municipalities in the state of New Jersey who sued COA. Guess what happened when we sued COA? We won. Yeah, little old Kinnelon went down to Trenton with the Council on Affordable Housing. We had some help from the Highlands. We won. We didn't get 300 units. We got it down to, what, 97 as a wraparound at Kinnelon Mall through 2025. Guess who the attorney was? It's a tough one.
Buzak.
Who's Buzak? Ed Buzak. He is highly regarded down in Trenton. He's on a lot of the key committees down in Trenton. He has their ear. And guess what? Little old Kinnelon went down. Baskin Ridge lost. Bedminster lost. Kinnelon won. We won our suit. That doesn't happen too often. But we had the right people at the right time. And Ed Buzak was the driving force in that, and his contacts and people we all know down there. And to jump ship right now, looks like we have a group that was pushing for another 250 apartments and a potential of 300 apartments at Kinnelon Mall. Yeah, everybody. He's already told us he wants to put 300 more units down there at Kinnelon Mall. They're not ratables. You do know that. Apartments are not ratables. They pay rent. Kinnelon Heights, which is the senior citizen center, are 86 units. They're bought and sold, those units. They pay taxes. But the 206 apartments in Kinnelon Ridge, right below it, they don't pay taxes. They pay rent. Some of them pay rent. There's a lot of Section 8 down there. Now we got a new developer from town, wants to put 250 units in at Lead Mine Road. We were informed about 2 years ago by the owner of Kinnelon Mall, hey, you know what? I think I want to put 300 units in. Wait a minute, 250, 300, that's 550. We have 206. Good job, it's going to have 756 units, not paying taxes? Oh, 86 children from the apartments at Kinnelon Ridge attend public school system in town. They don't pay school tax, they pay no property tax. They're renters. Now, I understand correctly that the tuition right now per student in the Kinnelon school system about $25,000. 86 times $25,000, you tell me.
27.
We're only doing about $900,000 in taxes we collect from the apartments down there. Who's making up the difference? It's about 600 grand. You and me are. Taxpayers are. Our job is to do the best we can to protect all the residents of Kinnelon. How do we do it? Legally, financially? How do we do it? It's not an easy question. But how do you do it? But you don't do it by throwing in apartment units that we don't have ratables to sustain. We don't have them. They're very little. We've got a mile on 23, a little bit around town. We don't have much. And God forbid they decide to shut down Kinnelon Mall. That's a problem. 3 years ago, the owners of Midtown came and said, gee, I may want to put apartments up at Midtown. Think about it. That gets knocked down, no apartments go in there. Reason we said no was simple. Kinnelon, the building of Midtown is in Kinnelon, but Kinnelon ends at the sidewalk. When you step off the sidewalk of B-Town, guess what town you're in? Butler. Parking lots in Butler. So we may have dodged the bullet. But you're looking at 250 more units down Lead Mine Road, possibly 300 here at Kinnelon Mall in the next couple of years. We got our hands full. How do we balance it? How do we provide the services? How are we going to finance the schools? Because the schools are going to get the big hit. They're going to get, we've got 86 students there now from 206 apartments. What's going to happen if we get 2 more developments in town?
Councilman, can you bring this back to Ed Buzak?
So that's where we are right now. But Ed Buzak did a heck of a job. And excuse me, I'm talking there.
Keep talking, but
Yeah,
bring it back to
be
Ed.
quiet. Be quiet. will you? For a change. But to circle back, Ed Buzak has done some huge favors, been very productive for this borough, particularly when we won the lawsuit against Color, not Boro. We're one of the only towns that won. And we're going to trade right now, and 3 of us, I haven't seen anything. I would have liked to have met this gentleman. We didn't meet any of them. We found out about this in the last couple of days. But we're going to give up a tremendous amount of experience and relationships in Trenton with DEP to save money. That's pound wise, penny foolish. I'm sorry, I'm not in favor of it.
Anyone else want to discuss this? I'm going to make a motion to approve Giblin and Ganiano as the borough attorney for a 1-year term.
I think it has to come from the council. I don't think you can make the motion. Yeah, you made the motion. Was there a second?
Yeah.
I thought you were making a motion.
No, I said, did anyone want
Anthony
to?
already made a motion.
All right, so I have a first and I have a second. I need a roll call.
Who's second, please?
I am.
Councilman Yoder,
No.
Councilman Harris,
Yes.
Councilman Russo,
No.
Councilman Charles,
No.
Councilman Nady,
Yes.
Councilman Sherrill.
Yes.
Now, am I able to break a tie on my appointment?
No. My understanding is that you cannot do that. Because it's your appointment.
All right, so we'll leave it at that. What is the next step then, Vince?
Okay, in New Jersey, 48:60-6, the powers of the council. Council, whenever it fails to confirm the nomination by the mayor of any official to a subordinate office of the borough, within 30 days of being presented such a nomination, I'm sorry, let me start over. The council, whenever it fails to confirm the nomination by the mayor of any official to a subordinate office of the borough within 30 days of being presented such nomination, shall make the appointment to that office, provided that at least 3 affirmative votes shall be required for such purpose, the mayor to have no vote thereon except in the case of a tie. So what that means is that in 30 days, the council can propose the nominee.
Well, can they make a nomination now?
No, it has to be after 30 days. And since it would be a council nominee, you then can break the tie, if there is one.
So we will have no legal representation, and then in 30 days, we'll vote again. It'll be 3 and 3. Jim will break the tie.
Our current attorney will remain our attorney.
Our current attorney expired at the end of the year.
No,
We cannot
I
continue.
talked to him today. The way it works is he is attorney until the new attorney is, you can't have, the borough cannot be attorneyless. So he would have to continue his term, whatever.
And if he's still our borough attorney, why did he not show up tonight?
Would you show up if you were being thrown under the bus?
No, but I would love to have proper legal representation instead of Councilman Russo reading something that I don't have a copy of. I don't know if that's law. I'm going off of Councilman Russo's papers.
Councilman Russo, could you distribute that or have Karen distribute that piece of paper that you?
Sure can.
Thank you.
Gee, we didn't get to see the new attorney's papers.
But I believe
Get a
that
little
stuff is on file. Right, so.
Nice try.
Okay, I guess we'll move forward, no attorney until I break the tie next month. Planning board.
Planning board.
Planning board is my appointments. I do not need any approval from the Borough Council. I don't need your consent, I don't need your approval. My appointments are on here. They are Alex Berlucci, Jessica Zelenek, she's a class 4 from SOSAC, and David Chantos.
Can I make a comment?
You can make a comment, sure.
I'm disappointed. Tammy Roselius has served this community for 27 years as a member of the planning board. Has been the chairperson for probably the last 15 or so years. She's got more knowledge of planning than anybody up here on this dais, except for maybe me. I have 42 years on the planning board. For her to be so disrespected and not be reappointed because she is against high-density housing behind the Lowe's is just beyond the pale. I did talk to a resident today who reached out to you, Jim. That resident sent me a text, and I just want to read that text into the record. She said, I did call Jim, told him I was against replacing Tammy. He told me it was indeed about the apartment complex disagreement. I voiced my concerns about getting put in place, about getting that put in place. Hopefully you and Tammy and Randy will voice that this is the reason for her replacement and that will be put on the public record. So everybody out there, get ready because you're going to be seeing apartment buildings coming to Kinnelon. Maybe 600 apartment buildings coming to Kinnelon. And you know what? That's why I was not nominated to be on the planning board anymore, because I am against these apartments. These would be 20% Section 8 apartments. These are going to be low and moderate income apartments, and this is going to be a huge tax burden. The proposal that was made behind the Lowe's is for a pilot program. If anybody doesn't know what a pilot program is, it means they're not going to pay taxes. You're going to fund the development of these apartments through tax abatements and through postponements in paying taxes. They may not pay taxes for the first several years. They will build them out, and they have said, well, we're going to make them senior housing. Well, you know what? After 42 years on the planning board, I don't trust anything a developer says. Of course they're going to be senior housing, because that's how he's going to get his approval. How are you going to keep it as senior housing? He goes back to the state and he says, I can't do this, there's not enough demand. And a judge is going to say, okay, well, you've got apartments now. We are going to have apartments, and with a pilot program, keep in mind, you are going to get children in the schools and no tax revenue for the schools. Because the way a pilot program works is that money is collected separate from the money that's collected for school tax. So anything that they do pay, if they are paying anything for the first several years, and then the small amounts that they'll pay for the next up to 30 years, none of that money goes to the school. You're going to see a collapse of our school system. You're going to see students going into that system, and there's not going to be enough money without huge tax increases. And the burden it's going to put on that school system is just going to be incredible. I'm sorry, I cannot understand how Tammy and I have been taken off of the planning board after all these years of service so that a developer can come in here and make lots and lots of money on the backs of Kinnelon taxpayers. Thank you.
Any more comments before mine?
Mayor, it's my understanding in 2008 that the certain things that Councilman Iago was speaking about, if a developer comes in and proposes senior housing, this is not something, because of the law that was passed in 2008, that they can come and go cry to the state anymore. That was a thing prior to 2008. It is no longer law. If they come in and represent that they are going to build senior housing, which would be a huge benefit to the borough of Kinnelon, and my thinking, the way I see that laid out, is ultimately going to be a financial gain to the borough of Kinnelon, which it needs desperately. Kinnelon is drowning. It needs to figure out how to bring more money in here. End of story. The only way you're going to keep paying the bills around here is raise taxes. And it might be 2.8, might be 4.5. But that's how you're going to keep paying the bills around here unless you figure out how to bring more revenue into this borough. So I'm very supportive of your decisions, Mayor. I would like to commend Councilman Yago and Tammy Roselius. I think they've done a fabulous job serving the community. You know, I look forward to the new representative serving on the board.
Can I make a comment just to respond to that? I think it's naive and very risky on the part of the council to take that position. I don't for a minute believe that this developer has no experience with senior units. He's a very large developer, has thousands of units throughout the state, and not one of them is a senior housing complex. So I think you're rolling the dice. I think you're going to lose. And for me, I would not risk the borough of Kinnelon and risk all those housing units being put in, believing that the developer is going to follow through with what he said.
Can I make a comment? I asked a question sitting there, and I said, why don't you do condominiums or townhouses like Kinnelon Heights, our current 86 senior units? He looked at me and says, we don't make any money. Excuse me? You don't make any money, but we're going to have to eat the costs through the schools and those services we provide? Because they don't pay taxes, they pay rentals. And once they go down and apply for builder's remedy, and Councilman Yaco is absolutely correct, they go down in 3 to 4 years, which happened here. They go down 3 or 4 years, Denville's going through it right now. The state will grant builder's remedy, give them a hardship, and they'll allow them to go to market. And next thing you know, Parsippany wrote the book on it. You got a school system that explodes, and the taxes go through the roof because the homeowners have to pay for it. Renters do not pay taxes, property taxes.
And I'd like to just make one other point. The property in question is currently zoned commercial. Commercial doesn't produce any bids. Commercial just produces tax revenue. It's all rateable. If that gets sold and developed as a commercial lot, you don't have to worry about schools. You don't have to worry about changing zoning. You don't have to worry about anything. You get a business in there, you're going to be collecting money. We have, I think, about 3% of the land in Kinnelon is commercial. We have almost no commercial property in Kinnelon. That is a huge burden to our taxpayers.
How long has that been commercial?
It's been commercial pretty much forever. As far as I know, I wasn't around when it was zoned commercial. I was around when we decided to do a redevelopment zone for that area, and I actually spearheaded, along with Tammy Roselius, a redevelopment zone for that property. And the idea was, if we can get interest from a commercial developer to put in commercial real estate there, we would consider a pilot program. We would never consider a pilot program for residential, because that's just shooting yourself in the foot. If a developer came in there and said, I want to put in a Walmart, or I want to put in a Target, or I want to put in a large retail operation, we would say, okay, come negotiate with us. We are going to negotiate your taxes to a lower point so that you can come in there and we can get that land developed as commercial. But to turn it from commercial, with the limited amount of commercial we have in Kinnelon, to turn it from a commercial lot into a residential lot and roll the dice on what we're gonna get there and offer a pilot program, it's insane.
Councilman, with all due respect, at the last planning board meeting, you voted to change 12 acres of commercial property in this community to 12 acres of residential property.
Yes, and it's in a flood, it's
It's still
wetlands,
wetlands.
it's wetlands, and we were cleaning up the tax maps. You're right, it was wetlands, it's undevelopable, there's nothing you can do on that property.
So keep it
It's the
commercial.
property behind Meadtown. If you look at those woods back there, it's got, I've walked it along with Tammy Rosalius from the planning board, and pretty much all the members of the planning board. We walked it with the engineer. It's wetlands, it's got the vegetation of wetlands, and there is no way in the world that will ever be developed. And it was just so that the maps would be consistent and clean. And you voted
No.
against it, not for that reason.
Oh, it
You
wasn't
vo-
that reason. It
No,
wasn't.
you said you wanted Mandela's property to be
No.
unrestricted commercial.
Councilman, I don't want to get back and forth, but I don't vote on anything when it's handed to me at that meeting. And I was handed a document.
Like the attorneys handed to us at
Mayor,
this
I
meeting.
defer to you, I have nothing to do with it.
All right, again, we're getting off that subject. We're talking about planning board. Are we done with any more comments?
I just agree with Councilman Yago. Mrs. Rosalius has been nothing but a great public servant, and losing the institutional knowledge that she has is just ridiculous. And I would ask, Mayor, what was your thinking? I mean, why would you want to replace her? It just doesn't seem like it makes any sense.
As I said to the woman on Bill's cell phone that she called me today to ask me why, I said she is not in line with my vision to how to get Kinnelon to survive into the future. I'm not talking about a ridiculous apartment complex like you're making it sound like. I don't have that ability to do that. I'm just saying that we need to be able to have a planning board and a council moving forward that can make those decisions on the best use for that piece of property. You make a pilot tax sound bad. We're gonna get close to $1 million per year to this borough, not to the school system, because there won't be kids in the school system. At any time, we feel, and again, this is just me talking out loud because we're not even at this stage yet, if at any time during this we feel that it wasn't zoned properly or they can get out of zoning, this won't happen. I'm not gonna do that to Kinnelon. But if it's stone clad that it's going to be 55 and over, that's a home run for Kinnelon. We have the highest amount of our population percentage-wise is between 45 and 50-something, 59 years old. Those people are looking for a place that they can go to. I'm paying almost $3,000 a month in taxes. I pay it now because I'm doing well, I have a family, I enjoy it, but I want to stay in Kinnelon. Maybe I need to, in the future, move into a 55 and over complex. I'm just saying, it's something that's great for Kinnelon, and I don't have the ability to approve it, to get it done, and to make money off of this. It's none of that stuff. It's just, I think Kinnelon can't survive in the future if all we're gonna do is tax our residents till they can't afford to live here anymore. We need to find ways to make money. That piece has been commercial since inception. No one wants it. Who wants to drive down Matthews Ave and hopefully you can see where this Walmart is, you know? It should have been done right the first time and had maybe Bed Bath & Beyond turned and maybe go back and, you know, but no one wants it. Right now it's generating, I think it's $800 a year in taxes. That's what we get for this piece of property. Since its inception, no one wants it. No one wants commercial property anymore. There's too much vacant commercial property. And I don't have the ability to, I know you're making a sound 8, Section 8, everything we build in any town in this state has to have a Section 8. Because that's the way we are with Cohen. You have to allow people, there's a small percentage. They're not bad people. We make it seem like people in Section 8 or people in COA housing are bad people. They're not bad people. We have a great school system in this town. If we zone this 55 and over, they will not be in our school system. If I don't feel that that is ironclad, it will not happen. Not on my watch.
make a comment, why don't we put this on the ballot in June?
Because we don't
Let the
have
people
enough
council,
information to
let the
really
people,
be
the
talking
taxpayers
about it
decide.
now.
Let the taxpayers decide.
I think,
I guess you won't be voting, Randy.
I did talk to,
At least I could read, Sean.
I did talk to Ed Buzak, and he told me that there's no way you're gonna be able to 100% guarantee that this developer will ever follow through. So maybe that's another reason why we have a new attorney, and maybe that's a reason why we have new planning board people, because they're a hindrance to you pushing through what you think is gonna be a seniors housing development, which I strongly disagree, and I think it's gonna be just a regular housing development, and goodbye character of Kinnelon, because when you get those 500-600 families moving into the apartments, it's not gonna be the same Kinnelon that I've lived in for the last 40 years.
Well, you're making it seem like you're getting worse now, we're up to 500 apartments back there. I mean,
But no,
The last time I played,
It's
the
on
last time
the
the
there's
three,
a proposal for 300 down here at Stop and Shop.
well, the council put an overlay over the Stop and Shop. That has nothing to do with me or the planning board. That's what we did to be able to survive COVID.
And what did Ensign say to
That
us?
was-
He said he's gonna sue us.
That was Ed Buzak's recommendation to do that, and now we're coming in 25, and now we're gonna probably have to do it because the overlay is over that building. But again, I just wanted to, again, it's my appointments, it's not your approval or your consent, it's my appointments. These are residents of Kinnelon, and they're gonna do the right thing for Kinnelon. And I have no say, I tell everyone that I talk to that's coming on, that I want you to be in this for a reason, and I want you to make sure that you use your brain and make sure this is right for Kinnelon. Is there anything else you want to take out of the agenda before we vote on it? Okay, hearing none, we're gonna vote on resolution 1.04, which is the business administrator, qualified purchasing agent, treasurer, municipal improvement search officers, agent of central purchase, public agency compliance officer, tax collector, tax search officer, municipal auditor, court administrator, deputy court clerk, labor attorney, bond counsel. I skipped over the borough attorney. We'll talk about that at our next meeting. So we'll see if that, we might even, if so, we could maybe even vote it on at our next meeting by law.
Is it possible that just in case, not saying what you said was wrong, but can we finish the vote, just in case if that information is wrong, then, this way we don't have to just, it's up to you, I just figured if we could finish that vote,
No.
and then if it's faulty information, then it doesn't stick.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it out just to make
No
sure I
problem.
want to do it right. He's a reputable attorney and I don't want to embarrass him.
So you're pulling that?
Yes. And then all the other ones are there, as listed. Everybody's had a chance to look at them. So I need a motion to approve all of the resolutions 1.0423.
Now, this includes the planning board we're voting on? All the appointments?
I'll pull the planning board out, but
We'll do that one separate?
that's my,
No, I realize, yeah, but if we're voting on it,
So-
I'd like to vote that one separate.
we'll pull out the planning board and we'll pull out the borough attorney. So everything but those two. Do I have a motion to approve?
Make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call please, Karen.
Councilman Yago,
Yes.
Councilman Harris,
Yes.
Councilman Russo,
Yes.
Councilman Carl,
Yes.
Councilman Leahy,
Yes.
Councilman Sherdo.
Yes.
Okay, then we're gonna move on to the planning board appointments. They are Alex Berlucci, Jessica Zelenak, and David Chantos. I need a motion to approve.
I'd like to approve Jessica Zelnak and reject David Santos and Alex Malucci.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Okay, got Councilman Yago,
Yes.
Councilman Harris.
No.
Excuse me?
No.
Councilman Russo,
Yes.
Councilman Charles.
Yes.
Councilman Maybe,
No.
and Councilman Sherdo.
No.
Okay, we're gonna, that's a tie again, so it's my vote. I'm voting no. And again, I want to make the motion, or ask for a motion to approve Alex Merlucci, Jessica Zelenak, and David Chantos.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Yago,
No.
Councilman Harris,
Yes.
Councilman Russo,
No.
Councilman Charles,
No.
Councilman Maybe,
Yes.
Councilman Sherdo.
Yes.
Tie vote, my vote is yes. We move forward those three people, and they'll be at our meeting on Thursday. Okay, then we have our consent agenda. That's basically housekeeping. It's our cancellation of certain tax refunds and payroll wage payments and change funds and cell phone reimbursements, et cetera. So I need a motion to approve the consent agenda, 1.0523 down to 13323.
Make a motion.
I need a second.
Sorry.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Second.
Here.
Councilman Yago,
Yes.
Councilman Harris,
Yes.
Councilman Russo,
Yes.
Councilman Charles,
Yes.
Councilman Maybe,
Yes.
Councilman Sherdo.
Yes.
Thank you. Now I want to just thank everyone for coming and watching the show. I apologize, but thank you everyone for coming. I know we'll always do the right thing for Kinnelon, and if you ever think we're not, please let us know, and we'll make sure we always have your back. I'd like to, on behalf of us, to welcome everybody over to Cypress for some appetizers and some cocktails, to thank everyone for coming. It's Eric's paying for it. But I want to invite everyone over there. Thank you for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, Glenn Cisco, motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Second.
Hey, he's good too.
Wait, he's got
Oh, sorry. I'm new.
During this meeting.
All right, any second? All in favor? Aye. Thank you,
Good
everyone.
job, Glenn.